What's up, YouTube? Now, a couple of weeks ago, we went and purchased this, the OEX Phoxx 3. And I believe our review was the very first review of it to be online. It didn't go as well as we hoped. We didn't have the microphones. We were in a concrete or patioed garden, so we couldn't set it up properly. And we had a lot of positive comments and a couple of negative ones. So I thought I'd address those in this video. I'm going to set up a bit better now that we're on a grass, so we can pitch up properly and actually have a proper look at what it looks like done properly. So let's get to it. Right, so let's just get it all out. Alex put this away quite tightly. He didn't roll it in properly, I don't think, so it's a bit of a ball ache to pull out, I think. There we go. Yeah, you can see that it's not rolled up properly. Alex's shoddy work, that is. Right, so let's put all the stuff we don't need in there. Right. Pegs, definitely need those this time. And you've got the lovely orange 8.5mm aluminium Endura poles by OEX, and they go together almost like magnets, as Alex liked to describe. So that's the big hoop going at the end, and then you've got the small one for the bottom. Now, these aren't color coded, they're just silver tips. That bag's blown away. They aren't color coded, they are just silver tips. But I mean, it's pretty obvious which one goes where, isn't it? Got a small and a big, it's that simple. Right. Now this is a inner first. So let's do the inner. And what you can do is you can actually have the fly packed away already attached to the inner for a quicker or a more beneficial setup if it's raining. But I don't tend to really do that. So let's just put these in. They go through these meshed sleeves, which I really do like. You can see where it's going, if it's got snagged or anything. And they just clip onto the standard orange eyelets at the bottom, on both sides, obviously. It is a little bit tight, but not the tightest. Then obviously you just got some plastic clips just to help hold the material in place. We'll do the same for the big side, or the head end. Again, super easy. What I have noticed though is on the inner, on the sleeve, you've got an orange tag at the big end and a silvery grey one at the small end. But looking at the poles, there's no real way of indicating which one's which. But I mean, like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's get this one in. That's a bit of a tight one. There we go. And we'll just clip it in like that. And there we go. That's the poles up, or in, shall I say. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peg these out this time using the 20 peg that Alex counted. And I'm just going to peg the inner at the bottom somewhat loosely for the time being, but still nice and tight, if that made sense. I think it did. Grab the other two. Oh yeah, see, now I can already tell that this is a lot better than the last time we set this up. Nice and tight. There you go. That's that. I'm gonna do this door up. Nice. Let's do this one up. Right. Well, that is the inner up. So let's just take you around so you can see everything on the inside. So as you can see, it's quite large, and you do have this massive vent at the top for a nice summer day. In the winter, maybe not so much. I don't think this is you could class this as a 4-season. And again, you've got a small vent at the bottom. Like, yeah, so it's not too bad. So these are the orange eyelets, and you've got these buckles or clasps that the fly connects to, and you can tighten those up. So you've got the silvery grey, or in fact it might just be white tab there for whatever indication that is. Yeah, you've got some. I've just noticed you've got a piece of looped fabric here. That's not connected to the sleeve, but it is stitched in. I'm not entirely sure what that's for, unless that is for you to tie your fly sheet to, which I think it might be. And then, yeah, you've got the same up here as well. You've got the loops there to tie your fly on. So it is pegged out in 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Super simple, super easy. Right, now let's get the fly sheet on. Last time we've done this, you couldn't really hear anything because of all the rustling, so I did end up cutting a lot of it out of the video. Right, so the best way to do this is to guess. I'm assuming it's going to go this end. You've got a vent at this end with, yes, so you've got a vent at the top end that has the foam padded bar with a Velcro strap to keep it open. At the other end, it's guyed out. There we go. You've got the guyed out pieces here. Right, so let's first of all get this all clipped in to the inner, so it doesn't blow away anywhere. And where is the clip for this one? I lost it. That would be because there is no clip on these ones. There's no clips on the top, just at the bottom. Like so. So obviously you can see the double stitching seam that wants to rest on top of your poles. So the best thing to do is to peg it out and then re-peg it as you see fit. If we can do it. I'll tell you what, let's peg these ones out for a minute. So that would need to be pulled in tighter. go. So that's pretty good. That's on the seam now, on the pole. The seam is on the pole. Let's do this door up. Pull this one out. Let's do the same on the other side. Wow, yeah, now that's pegged out properly, I can kind of get a real sense of how wide it is. Right, that's fine, like that. Let's push this one down then. Push them down. Nice and tight. Look at that. Right, so let's just adjust these like so. It's not going anywhere. I mean, you can peg these ones out if you want, but that is kind of your door. Or what you could do is you could peg, actually let's try that, shall we? See if that makes it any better. Peg that one out. Let's peg this one out. And let's take this one out. There you go. So when you open it, yeah, that doesn't work. So that's not how you do it. So this one gets pegged out. Somehow. There we go. This one comes out. Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal, is it? So you don't peg out these two unless you absolutely have to. But what we'll do is just give that another retension. Do that on the other side. What you could do, you could peg out the opposite side that you're not going to use, just to stop it, because if the wind hits it, you are probably going to get a bit of flapping. So let's peg this one out, make it a bit more tight, taut. There we go, sorted. And then the guy out points. Now I don't normally tie out the guy points when I'm doing a review, because it is a pointless exercise, but for the sake of this one, I will. Right, just loosely, like so. The rain's coming in now. Might have to get in the tent. Stick that under there. Oh bloody hell, it's coming in quite heavy now. Now obviously the guy lines are to keep it supported in the wind, as everyone probably already knows. This one's tangled up now. There we go. So that is that all set up. And I mean, I've still got 4 pegs spare. Where do they go? Yeah, all right, nonetheless, 4 pegs spare, just in case. It's not too much to worry about. So here it is, all up and erected. You've got the large vent at the back here with the bar and Velcro strap or piece, so you can close it or have it open. Got out points on the tops. Down here, I have pegged it out in all of its points, so that side would not be accessible. You've got the small flap at the bottom, which is guyed out. Nice bit of airflow to come through. And then this side, I haven't guyed it out, or I haven't pegged it out here like I have on the other side, because obviously this is the side that I want to get in and out of. Now, this side, if the wind is coming from behind me, this is going to act like quite a big sail. From point to point there, it's 2.8 meters long, or wide should I say. And on the length side of it all, from point to point there and there, is 2.55 meters long. So it is quite a large tent. And the height is 1 meter tall. Alex did measure 1050 last time, but it wasn't guyed out properly, so it probably wasn't out tight, making it a little bit taller. So that is the Phoxx 3 up and ready to go. So as you can see, it is a decent height. I'm 5'7", just for reference. So it's quite tall. I think it's around the same height as my raccoon. And on this side, it's knee height, whatever that is. It's about 500 mil ish from there. I don't have my tape measure with me today. I could not find it for the love of me. So it is a bit annoying. But let's have a look inside, and you can see exactly how much room you have to live in there. Let's get this one up, rolled up. There we go. So the zip is split into two. This is the meeting point. There's a orange bit of fabric, a little orange tab there. That zip won't go any further. This zip won't go any further. Not entirely certain why that is, but it does annoy me sometimes because it creates a little gap where you can get insects and come in, which, you know, hasn't actually really happened to me, but it is still possible. Anyway, let's get this open. Wow, very big now. Right, roll this one up. Just the standard toggle and loop on these. Which isn't too bad. They are a bit oversized, I think. So yeah, as you can see in there, quite a lot of space. Now, like I said, I am 5'7". I got plenty of headroom in this point. Move my head forward and back a bit. Not great, but that is down to the shape of the tunnel. Headroom, although you can actually sit up in it straight quite nicely. Yeah, you don't have a lot of movement in your headroom, but it is what it is. In terms of internal space, it's massive, really. if you think about it. This is a 3-person tent. You're not going to get 3 people in here. I can guarantee you that, unless you're a small group of 3. 3 kids, yeah, I can see that. But 2 adults at a push, at a max, sorry. Easily 2 adults. Now, oh wow, that is a lot of headroom. So, in the last video, someone did mention that we didn't lie down. And we didn't lie down, you're right, because we were on concrete or patio, and it wasn't pegged out, or, well, it wasn't pegged out at all. But lying down, if I shuffle my, right, so that's my toes just touching the mesh. I've got almost an arm's length above my head. That is not bad at all. I mean, bearing in mind, when I am out camping, I am going to be on a mat around 10 centimeters off the ground, because I've got a nice thick one. As if you're subscribed to the channel, you probably already know that. And if you're not subscribed, why not hit that button now? So anyway, I have a 10 centimeter thick mat. So that elevates me a little bit. There's still plenty of room. I mean, yeah, this is quite a big tent. I do like it. I'm looking forward to trying it out on Dartmoor, or just on a camp in general. Because let's, for example, say it is a nice day and I do want to do some cooking. I'm still sat in my tent, or it's in the morning, you're making your coffee outside. Roll this up, sorted. You've still got plenty of headroom, because it obviously tapers in sort of like a diamond shape. You do have the headroom if you sit outside slightly, which isn't, you know, ideal, but it is nice to do that, I suppose. I'm waffling on now. Let's have a proper look inside. I'll show you the features it has. I'll say features. So this is the bottom of the tent, and as I have got my shoes on, I know, but you know, I'm just touching the mesh there. I've got quite a bit of room to move my legs, to roll around, and at the same time, I've got all this space up here. So yeah, I'll probably, if I'm raise my head up about that, yeah, I think I'm all right. I think anyone over 6 foot might have a bit of an issue when they're on a thick mat, but I'm all right. So as most tents, you do have your side pockets. This is quite a large side pocket. There's 2 of them. When I say there's 2, it's split into 2. And you do also have another 2 on this side, split into 2. You have your standard or your mandatory safety warnings. And up there you do have a hook for your light, which I don't like it when they're in like this, but there's nowhere else for it to really go. I do prefer it when it's not sandwiched in between 2 panels, if you know what I mean. But it is there. And obviously, as you can see, you've got the big mesh and the vent up there, which is slightly higher. I think that goes, well, yeah, that goes right to the very top of the seam. Now, if we undo this door, you can kind of get a sense for the size of the vestibule you have. I'm just going to tuck that over for a minute. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm going to have to roll it up, aren't I? A bit of a ball ache. These hoops are a bit too big. They should have made them smaller. All right, let's just tie that on there for a minute. So you don't actually have a lot of space in the vestibule side. From point down here, from the pole to where the zip is at the bottom, that's 50 centimeters, which isn't ideal, but it is a kind of standard size, especially on the the OEX range. You do get some tents where they have a bit bigger, like a 70 centimeter one, but you do have a lot of space inside, so it's ample space for your boots and anything like your wet stuff or anything muddy that you don't want to keep inside, because you can, if you're on your own especially, you can keep everything inside your tent. And just for demonstrative purposes, I do actually have my 50-litre bag that I brought the tent down here in, and that's probably as much as you're going to get in there. But you do have a lot of space inside, like I said. So that's it. That is the OEX Phoxx 3, fully set up properly this time. I like it. I'm going to read off the tag as I normally do. So the fly sheet is a 63D 185T polyester PU, and that's got a 5,000 hydrostatic head rating. The inner is a 63D 185T breathable polyester. Fire retardant, obviously. The poles, as I mentioned at the start, I think, were an 8.5 aluminium Endura pole. And the ground sheet is a 68D 210T polyester PU with a 4,000 hydrostatic head rating. Now the pack size, when it is in its sack, is 46 centimeters long by 13 centimeters in diameter, and it weighs 2.3 kilos, which I think is really lightweight for a 3-person tent. I really do. My raccoon is 2.76 kilos, and that is a 2-person tent. The Phoxx 2, I think, is 2.1 kilos. So for a 3-person tent at this size, that's pretty lightweight. Going on quickly to the external dimensions, as I mentioned, it's 2.8 meters wide from point to point. It's 2.55 meters long point to point, and it is a meter high to the very top. And it is roughly about 500 millimeters or 50 centimeters to the bottom pole. And that is pretty much the specs. Now, I did forget to mention the price last time. I did mention it very quickly. £99 from Go Outdoors with your Go Outdoors membership card. £99 for a 3-person tent of this quality. That's an absolute steal. And there's no wonder that they're kind of hard to get. I say hard to get. A lot of people on the Facebook groups and the online community, they've been sharing, oh yeah, I've got one. There's only 3 left in such and such shop, or there's 2 left, or they're sold out here. When we went and got this, there were 3 or 4 of them left in the Plymouth Go Outdoors. So that's why we did grab one. And I did say online, one of the most sought after tents, sold out almost everywhere, and everyone's commenting like, oh no, oh yeah, sold out everywhere. I only saw them fully stocked in the last 3 Go Outdoors that I went to. Just a quick question, why are you going to 3 different Go Outdoors, you weirdo? You know, someone put a comment, why are you doing a tour of all the Go Outdoors? But I mean, you know, down this end, they're pretty scarce. I don't know what it's like around the rest of the country, but you can't buy them online. The Go Outdoors and the Ultimate Outdoors website, Millets and that, they don't even have them on there, because I'm assuming they're all sold out online. But yeah, anyway, that is it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this away. I'm going to try and get it into that pack nicer than Alex did last time. So what I'll do is I will stick this on a time lapse. Yeah. Right, let's see if I can get this in its actual bag. Alex looked like he was struggling last time. Oh, look how easy that was. super easy. Super easy. Why did Alex struggle? Let's roll it back up. Clip it in. Sorted. Well, that is it. That is hopefully a better look at the OEX Phoxx 3. It's not a review, because for it to be a review, I really need to test it, and I haven't tested it. So maybe in the future, after a couple camps with this, I'll do a proper review, my actual thoughts and opinions on it, any flaws that I come across. Yeah, but for now, that'll have to do. But yeah, so there you go. OEX Phoxx 3 tent up, pitched properly, hopefully correct factual information. Just take my word for it. Anyway, like I said, just to summarize it, £99 from Go Outdoors. You cannot go wrong with this at all. Fantastic size tent. It's definitely going to fit 2 people in, 100%. 3 people, I don't reckon. I don't think so at all. But 2, 100%. For £99. The other tents in the OEX range that are cheaper than this are the Hyena 2, the Phoxx 1, the Phoxx 2, and that's it. The Raccoon, the Jackal 2, the Jackal 3, and the Coyote 3 are all above £100. This one, £1 below 100, £99 with your Go Outdoors membership card. So yeah, you can't go wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please consider subscribing to the channel for more hiking. I'm not going to say wild camping anymore. Hiking, camping, and gear reviews, and put ups and tests and whatever shit else we do. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you all next time. See you later.